thought I would give a shop tour of Sharpen Right Services here in League City, Texas. So this is, you can see I've got it in my garage. That's where my sharpening shop is, and there's the dogs being a pain. So this is how people come up into here. I had to put this gate here because people will just be standing in my garage sometimes when the door is open. So they have guards ready to get them if they come walking into the shop without my permission. But I do have cameras everywhere, so people watching. So anyway, so here's the view looking out. You see, I can see everybody coming and going. Like I said, I've got cameras so I can see people coming in, and it texts me when there's somebody walking up. So here's the overall view. I have half the garage as my sharpening shop. The other half is my wife's workout area. She comes out here and gets on the treadmill every morning and every evening. So when knives or anything first comes in, I kind of start here. This is my little examination area to look at different knives and different blades and take a look at them. I've got my microscope if I need to look at a blade really closely. This first bench just has some miscellaneous tools on it. You know, I've got my Delta back there. I use that sander once in a while. Got my old Tormek. Got my tripods for my cameras and so forth. My International Scissor Sharpeners Association certificate. Got a buffer here. I need to put the diamond wheel back on. I've got my Scotch-Brite wheels on my bench grinder, the old 1x30, and I have a little Blue Eddy EB3 that I take with me sometimes if I need power for things. Keep some of my tools down there. Got my work sharp down there in that one, my different shop vacs to keep everything clean. And here is my knife sharpening station right here. So for most of my knives I use an AMK 75, and I have it hooked up to a foot pedal. Just to make it easier, I found that if you can turn it on and turn it off, and I don't have to worry about flipping the switch on and off. You can see I've got a dust collector in the back area that goes all across my bench. I've got different ports. We'll get to that, the shear sharpening station here in a moment. But you can see the hoses. They go down below the bench and down there, and there's the Harbor Freight dust collection system on the other side of the bench there. And I have two air compressors. I got a large air compressor up front on this bench. So there's all my different belts hanging around up there and shelves with all kinds of things in it. So that's the knife sharpening station right there. This is supposed to be over there. There's the Dremel tool for the serrated knives. I've just been procrastinating about doing a wheeled version. I've got all the parts, I just haven't put it together. I use a lot of fans in the shop. So you can see this fan blows this way across the machine, the knife sharpening machine. And I even have a little fan mounted on the AMK that pushes breeze this way and keeps it away from my face. I'm real big into lights. I have lights everywhere in here. And so here is my hair shear sharpening station right here. You see all my parts for them. So when the shears come in, I've got the ultrasonic cleaner to put them in if they're really dirty. And here's all my parts or tools for the sharpening the hair, barber, salon, and pet grooming shears. And this is my little work area where I do everything. I have all my discs on here. You can see another light. I can move the light around. This is everything here that I need to sharpen salon, pet grooming, and barber shears in the shop. And so you can see all the lights. I've got lights everywhere in the shop. I try to keep it really bright in here. And I've got my own dust collection system for this. You can see it's got a little fan that pulls the dust across and into the collector. And I've got a remote. It's not 100%, but it works pretty good. And I have it gated so I can open and close it for each particular machine when I need it. And of course the hose runs all the way across and it goes to my Nebraska blade machine. And this is my area where I do the clipper blades. I don't do clipper blades mobile. Everything is done here in the shop, so they have to bring it to me or I have to go pick them up. Because I have so much equipment here, you know. I don't have the space for it in my truck, and we'll look at the truck. I got my other compressor underneath there. And this is all of my portable tools here. I've got 2 flat hones, and so I have all that equipment back there is for the extra Hirito flat hone, and that's my mobile setup there. And then I have my 2 twice as sharps. I don't keep those on the bench. I just keep them in the boxes. I have 2 of them, and that's full of other just miscellaneous tools inside there. So let's go to the clipper blade sharpening station. You can see I have it over here in the corner. I have my laser set up that I can see across it. I always turn this light off so I can see, but I have plenty of lights on the bench to focus on things, taking things apart. So this was like the only place in my shop where I could put this machine and could see across the center line on it and have lots of light. It's not ideal place, but that's where it's at, and I'm comfortable doing it. So this is my disassembly and assembly station here. I've cleaned up the bench a little bit today. So that's how that works. Got my demagnetizer, got all the different tools for the clipper blades in here. Got my rub block, extra parts, extra blades back in there. And I got my drill press in case I need to drill a clipper blade out. Every once in a while a screw will get stuck in there and you have to do it. And this is my testing station. Here's my clippers. Down here I have all the different media, parts for clippers and so forth. And there's old clippers and cords and everything in those boxes down there. And then here's my center station here. This is usually where I clean everything and assemble everything and do the paperwork ready to go out to the client. And you can see I have a nice mat in my work area. So that's basically the shop. We sharpen knives, scissors, salon scissors, clipper blades. So that is Sharpen Right Services right there. This is our little shop. It's a work in progress, you know. Still got all of our bicycles and everything hanging up, a deep freeze out here. All of my other tools over here in this area. And of course we have a TV in here. I have a TV. My wife comes out here and watches TV in the mornings. You see the dog, one of them's hiding in the house. So just other storage things. So once I sharpen something, I stack it over here for people to come pick them up. Then I have my parts washer station right here. So if the clipper blades are really dirty, I will wash the clipper blades in the parts washer. Got all my different chemicals and everything down there, brushes. Got a ton of different brushes for cleaning things. You never know what you're going to need. So I've got my own power station here. I've got a 13K generator under that. I can power the entire house with that. I've got propane to do that. And it also runs off natural gas and gasoline if I need to. I'm never without power whatsoever. So let me show you the fans next. So I said I was real big into fans, and I have a remote control here and by the door into the house. So I can turn on my fans. And so I have this fan here pointing out. So it's blowing out, it's sucking air across this bench. And so I have different fans pointing this way to try to keep the air flowing that way. So then on the other side of the shop, I have this big fan pulling air into the shop. I have one fan up here pushing across the shop. all to this side, and then I have a fan down there pushing back out also. So I have a really nice airflow inside the shop, as you can see. And it's purposeful to keep the dust on this side of the shop and moving outward and not towards the door into the house. It works okay. It does not work great. So there's my TV and play music and so forth on it. So that's the shop, folks. I just thought I would show y'all, the people who follow the channel. I sit out here, drink coffee in the mornings and whiskey in the evenings. And so this is the shop. Let me take you to my truck. It's a dedicated truck for the business right there. So this is gonna be hard to see, but this is my truck. I've got power in it. It's kind of dark out here. So I've got two 200 amp hour batteries back in the back. And back in that corner I have an inverter, a 2000 watt inverter. And then I've got a DC to DC charger that charges everything from the alternator in the truck as I drive. Never have any problem with power whatsoever. You can see I've got a bunch of belts in here for the belt sander. Got a light in here, got a fan in here, got music in here, got my speaker. I even got a little air compressor underneath there. There's my seat and my toolbox. Everything's dirty because I was at a quilting bee the other day. So I can sit inside the truck and sharpen anything inside the truck. Most of the time I like to sit out here on the tailgate and do my sharpening, and I have a stool and I have a table behind the seat in inside the cab of the truck that I'll bring out here and set stuff up if it's nice outside. I also have windows on the side of the truck. I'm going to show you that. When I bought the camper, one of the options was to have these windows that open on the side. I'm in Southeast Texas. It's blazing hot in the summertime, so I wanted airflow if I had to get into the camper. So I can open the windows on both sides of the truck, and I can also open the back window in the cab. That window there goes down, and the cab truck window rolls down. So technically I can have air flowing through 4 sides of the camper if I'm in there. Works out really well. So that's the mobile unit. It's not ideal. I don't do a whole lot of sharpening out of it. This spot here is for the Nebraska blades, clipper blade machine. I haven't gone to a few places and sharpened a handful of clipper blades in the past. I don't do it very much, but I can do it if I need to. This truck will, the power setup will run just about anything. I even ran a 12,000 BTU air conditioner off of it. So anyway, that's the truck. And there's my security team right there. They keep me safe. They bark at everybody. They watch the shop for me. And especially the female, she does not like men at all. And she don't like anybody coming into her garage. I'll just show you the front porch. I have a drop box in case somebody wants to drop something off. I work by appointment only. So I have little signs on the front door for the business. And there's my drop box if somebody wants to drop something off. And I have cameras positioned everywhere around here. I'm not going to tell you where those are, but it sees everything. So there's the drop box.